This quote right here, it really gets to the heart of what travel is all about. It's not just about the sights you see, right? It's about who you are in that moment. We're about to dive into this incredible travelogue from China, where the real destination, well, it wasn't on any map. It was found in all those unexpected moments in between.
So let's get into it. This is a story that just perfectly captures that clash between what you think a place will be like and what it actually is. It's a story about the ancient world we all picture in our heads and the super modern world that's really there.
So how does an adventure like this even begin? Well, like any great voyage, it all started with a single call to action, what they called the captain's call.
Okay, so you gotta love this. The group has this inside joke about the captain. It's not a real title, but you know that one friend we all have? The one who's always dreaming up the next big trip, and the rest of us are just happy to jump on board? Well, for this adventure, that person was Captain China. And wow, what a crew the captain put together. This was no ordinary tour group. It was this amazing patchwork of people. You had the regular travel buddies, some brand new friends, a mix of work colleagues and high school pals, and for the first time ever, two different generations were hitting the road together. Talk about a unique dynamic. So, the crew's all together, bags are packed, and their mission? It was crystal clear. They were going to see ancient China.
I mean, their to-do list was basically a tour through a history textbook. They kick things off in Xi'An, ready to be blown away by the ancient bell and drum towers, and to walk along that massive 14-kilometer-long city wall that's been standing for centuries.
But this is where the first little crack appears between what they expected and what they found. The legendary Terracotta Army. You imagine this endless sea of soldiers, right? But the reality, well, it felt a little smaller. The author makes this brilliant comparison to seeing the Mona Lisa for the first time. It's absolutely iconic, for sure, but maybe not on the epic scale you've built up in your head.
So, the history tour keeps rolling. They hit up Wuhou Shrine, which is a huge deal if you're into the Three Kingdoms story. But again, a bit of a reality check. The tomb of the great Emperor Liu Bei? It was, well, more of a big mound of dirt than some majestic monument. But hey, the trip definitely had its moments of pure magic, like watching the Tang Paradise Palace just completely light up the night sky.
It's funny, they planned this whole trip around seeing ancient China, but it was the stuff they didn't plan for, the encounters with modern China, that really ended up defining the whole experience. And whoa, the first big surprise hit them right in the wallet, or where their wallet used to be useful. Their cash, their credit cards, pretty much useless. China had become this almost totally cashless society, all run on Alipay and WeChat Pay. The new rule of life was scan or be scanned. It was a massive learning curve, especially when just trying to order a coffee turned into this whole ordeal with a mandatory app. But, in the middle of all that tech frustration, you see this number pop up, 262 renminbi. Any guesses what that could possibly buy for a group of 9 people? Get this, that was the total bill for their cheapest and most delicious dinner of the whole trip, for all 9 of them. It's just a perfect example of the flip side of their journey. Modern China threw some curveballs, yeah, but it also delivered some seriously amazing and affordable surprises.
And then they got to Chongqing, and honestly, this quote just says it all. Forget any city grid you've ever known, this place was a whole different kind of animal.
I mean, navigating this city was a whole other level of adventure. We're talking about literally climbing over locked fences just to get to a metro station, getting completely lost, and then you look up and see a public train driving through the middle of a 19-story apartment building. It was confusing, it was chaotic, and it was absolutely fascinating.
So, you have the ancient history, you have the modern chaos. But the real heart of the journey? Well, that wasn't found on any map or in any city. It was found in these quiet, personal moments.
And this really brings us full circle, back to that quote from the beginning. When the author stood in front of the Leshan giant Buddha, he wasn't just a tourist taking a picture. He was that little kid again, remembering the comics and the TV shows from his childhood. That statue wasn't just a giant rock carving. It was a bridge to his own past. It was a childhood dream he never even knew he had come to life.
But it wasn't just about connecting with your own past. Some of the most amazing connections happened right there on the trip, between people who, before this, were total strangers.
like the two youngest travelers, Ezra and Angela.
So one of the friends in the group, Suryanto, he just happens to catch this perfect, candid shot. It's not posed, it's just this quiet moment of togetherness between them. It's this beautiful, spontaneous instant that's just frozen in time, forever.
And later, the author gives the picture this perfect, powerful title, inspired by the classic movie Casablanca. We will always have Xi'An. Because no matter where life takes them, even if they never see each other again, they'll always have that one beautiful moment. So after all of that, the history, the food, the crazy cities, what was the #1 highlight of the entire trip? You might think it was the Terracotta Army or that amazing dinner, but no. It was this, a simple late-night chat in a hotel room between 3 old high school buddies, just talking about where they came from, how poor they were, old crushes, and what the future might hold.
And that really makes you think, doesn't it? We spend so much time planning our trips around the big stuff, the famous landmarks. But as this whole story shows, it's usually the little, unexpected moments, the ones we never see coming, that we remember the most. So I'll leave you with this. What's that one unexpected moment that defined your greatest journey?